Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the lane. 6. You want to put on a show here.
You see it, boys and girls. It went down last night. Big win for the purple and gold. And y'all know how we are here this Sunday to set things off. Good afternoon and welcome back to LAKERLAND, y'all. I'm your host moderator, as always, Seven Mitchell. We in the building, episode 26, and we are in a good mood this afternoon. We hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Y'all see I brought the crew with me. I got the superstar on deck. We got ZZ in the building. First of all, ZZ, what's happening, gang? Happy Sunday.
What's going on, man? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Not for me because the Warriors lost by 1, but
yeah. I was really about to get into my bag when it comes to your Warriors, but I'm going to wait till a little bit of the end of the show to rub it in when it comes to you. But shout out to my dog, ZZ. And, of course, we got the new free agent of LAKERLAND. We got the big homie, Hank, from Sports Games Vision in the building. Hank, what's up, brother?
Nothing much. What's up, fellas?
I'm feeling good, bro. You know the vibes. I'm feeling good coming off of this win, bro. We got an exciting show today. Big shout out to Lakers Nation out there. Big up to the NBA community as a whole. And, of course, shout out to our Players' Choice family, man. We got another classic episode on deck. Y'all already know how we rocking today, people. Man, we got a full plate, man. We got to recap. We got to recap this Lakers win last night versus Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets. We also got to try to tap into the ejection that happened with Ime Udoka going back and forth with LeBron James. We're going to chop it up about that. Then, of course, today, our main topic of discussion, Maverick Carter. My God. I really got to talk to the bosses about Maverick Carter. He had got caught up, according to reports some years back, with an interview with the FBI, admitting to gambling thousands of dollars on sports games. We're going to break that down and talk about the impact this may have on LeBron James. Also, the Lakers got a pretty interesting road trip coming up this week. We're going to kind of break that down. And, of course, every Sunday, we have open court here on LAKERLAND where we let the streets come up and talk about everything that's going on with the Lakers and around the NBA. So, today's the day, man. We are ready to rock and roll. Fellas, y'all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it.
Let's get right into it, man. Again, shout out to everybody out there in the live chat. Cole in the building. I see the homie Cole in the building. Shout out to Cole Bit in the building. Big up to you guys. Shout out to Christopher Baldwin in the building. Chris, I see you. MIB in the building. Shout out to you guys in the live chat. MIB said, why is there a Warriors fan on LAKERLAND? He calling you out, ZZ. Why do they call you out so much on this show, gang?
I'd probably because I'm a Warrior fan on the Lakers show. But it's fine. Basically, I'm here to shit on the Lakers when they lose, alongside Hank because he's a Pistons fan. But basically, y'all live chat, y'all are supposed to be LAKERLAND. MIB, you have to be a Laker fan, which means you need to come up here for open court to help your boy Seven when we're shitting on his favorite team and his favorite player for thinking that LeBron is still the best player in the league.
I may need the assistance because they like to jump me on this platform. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Free the guys, free ticket, free Damo, free the guys. Shout out to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys like to really jump me as on this show. So you know what I mean? I'm ready to rock though. I'm not gonna allow these guys to play me out like a sucker. Shout out to Sensation in the building. Big up the Sensation, bro. But let's get things started today, man, with the Lakers last night getting a big time win at home versus the Houston Rockets, 107-97. Anthony Davis led the way, 27 points, shooting 10 of 22 from the field, man. The Lakers, pretty impressive. This is what, the third time they've got the lock in versus the Houston Rockets. What was your takeaway, Hank? I'll start with you from last night's game.
Impressive win, obviously. They took care of business at home. They really took over. What was it? The quarter that Austin AR went off. Was it the third quarter? He scored like
I
15
think
straight
that was
points.
the third coming out of the
I
half.
think it was
Yep.
the third.
Yep, he went off in there. They looked pretty dominant in my opinion. They didn't have any question after that. The game was pretty much over.
Yep.
And you know, they did what they were supposed to do for this game, to take care of business at home.
Very impressive win. Now, I do want to show you something. When you look at this box score, what alarms you the most about what you're witnessing? Because what I am looking at and what alarms me is what I don't see. And that's Rui&Taurean, who was basically a DNP last night. And I really don't understand why. Last night was supposed to be the game that we had everybody ready to rock and roll except Gab Vincent. But we didn't see Rui last night, even though the Lakers got a win. Does that still give you a concern, or were you surprised not to see Rui last night?
A little bit. The reports kept saying he was going to play, but at game time they said he wasn't, and I'm thinking that maybe he feels like Rui can catch up pretty quickly. Last time he came back, he had a pretty decent game, but I would think that he would play him to get ready for this tournament. But
Right.
you know, I think Rui should be okay. But if he has rust, then they're gonna look at Darvin like, hey, what's up? How come you didn't play him?
What was your initial takeaway, ZZ, from the Lakers getting this win versus the Rockets at home last night?
Basically kind of what Hank said, more so them taking care of business at home because the Lakers are pretty good at home.
Shout out to our brother Big Ox in the building.
Ox, what up, boy? But as I was saying, they're really good at home. Last episode we talked about the road struggles. In this episode, we're going to talk about the road struggles. So that's where I really want to see this team and how good they really are, because I know they're solid at home. I know that LeBron can afford to have games where he scores less than 20 points, and they probably still could win the game just as long as Anthony Davis is doing his thing and other guys are getting involved, like Austin Reeves did, 18 points, big third quarter. Been waiting on an Austin Reeves explosion. I think Laker fans, Laker Nation, LAKERLAND has been waiting on an Austin Reeves eruption where it's like, oh, you see it on House of Highlights or Bleacher Report or something. You know what I'm saying? So we've been waiting to see that. And last night was a great test against the team that beat them by 34 the first time they matched up. And Dylan Brooks got the last laugh, and they're spinning the block for their precious king. That's all that we need to see. So, yeah, let's go.
You don't hesitate to throw shots at LeBron James. And every time you do it, I'm going to let you know it. But, you know, going back to what you were saying, that game that they lost to the Rockets, I agree with you 100%, bro. That was one of the poorest performances that the Lakers shown overall this season. So just the fact that these guys are continuously coming out with effort from the start does me well a little bit. I do want to get, however, straight to it, bro, as far as the elephant in the room and LeBron James versus Ime Udoka. Now, I've been on social media trying to figure out if anyone had any audio footage of what was said, what was the dialogue with these guys actually going back and forth, and Ime ultimately getting tossed. ZZ, did you see this in real time, or did you see the highlights of Ime getting tossed, and what was your reaction?
Yeah, I didn't see it in real time. I saw it like a pop up on my phone as a notification, so I just went and looked at the clip, and I was like, "Bro, what?" I'm still confused as to really what was being said or what was really going down. But like, I was just like, "There's no way that the coach gets taught." Like, the referees are becoming so annoying. Like, I feel like the league had problems last season, and they addressed those problems. They've had problems for the last 5 years. If you think about the NBA fans and how disgruntled they may be with looking at the product of the NBA, they've said things about how the All-Star game has been, weak. They've said things about how players and load management is tearing the league down. They've said things about what's the third thing? Oh, the players not taking the regular season seriously, so they've implemented the in-season tournament. The one constant that has been an issue that they haven't fixed, and Adam Silver keeps seeming to ignore, is the refs. That's been the one constant. That's been the one constant that the fans have always been like, yo, the refs are kind of making this not fun to watch because they're tossing players, ejecting players, teching up players. Scott Foster and CP3 is an NBA historic rivalry at this point, which is a problem. And the referee last night intervened. I'm like, bro, this is the opposing coach and the opposing star chopping it up. Maybe it's a little disrespectful, whatever. LeBron ain't gonna swing on Ime Udoka, and Ime Udoka ain't gonna swing on LeBron James. There was no hostility or anything to show that as well. So there's no reason for this dweeb to pull up and just be like, sorry guys, no, we're on national television. Come on.
Yeah, I want to get this straight right now for myself and the American public. You're trying to tell us that the referee made a bad call giving Ime a technical? Because I listened to the dialogue of what was said. So is that what you're saying?
Wait.
That
I'm
the
sorry,
referee made a bad
What'd you
call?
say?
The referee shouldn't have gave him a technical?
Pretty much. What was the point of it?
I really got to talk to the bosses about anything going against LeBron James, bro. You start to cheer. It is unbelievable, ZZ. It really is, bro.
Okay, I lagged out for a split second. What did you gather from all of that? That the
soft ass boy. Don't no head coach supposed to be talking to no player like that, bro.
What are we talking about right now, Seven? What are we? This is LeBron.
We're talking about what got him the technical, because
ain't no getting the technical. LeBron James was crying and throwing a hissy fit in Boston last year because he did get hit.
Now you're deflecting. You're deflecting. I want to stick to last night.
Oh my
God. Deflecting.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hank, what was your reaction? Did you get to hear any of the dialogue between LeBron and Ime going back and forth?
No, I mean, I couldn't hear it on the telecast.
Right.
I told you I seen somebody wrote it out in the comments.
Right.
It didn't seem too crazy, but Ime, like I told you, Ime had a tech earlier in the game complaining about the referees not giving them fouls. And then he got the tech with LeBron, and that's why he got tossed.
Yeah. I don't think that he should have came over and gave him a tech at all. I don't think he should have issued a tech to either of them.
LeBron James stayed cooking this nigga, man. Let's be clear. LeBron always cooked Ime Udoka. This is nothing new. This is what this is about right here. Embarrassment. Permanent embarrassment. Man, come on. I rarely see coaches talk that crazy, and y'all want to try to downplay it and say it wasn't no big deal. I don't usually see coaches talk to the opposing players like that.
He look like LeBron. He look at LeBron like a peer because they played against each other, so they're gonna talk a little bit differently.
He's not a peer.
How is he not a peer, Seven? How is he not a peer when him and LeBron are damn near the same age? How is he not a peer?
Because
them niggas probably cracking cold.
LeBron James is a player. Really? That's what we're doing this afternoon?
Yes. Is Ime Udoka a better coach than Darvin Ham? Would you take Ime Udoka coaching this Laker team over Darvin Ham?
I don't know. I mean, for the personalities, I don't know, man, because Darvin Ham, these guys play for Darvin Ham. He has guts. If you want to argue that Ime Udoka's X's and O's is better than Darvin Ham, we can have a conversation about that, but one of them don't really stand out from the next other than controversy. Like, let's be real. What hardware has Ime Udoka brought? What hardware he got?
Ime Udoka, in his first season as a coach, led the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals.
And lost.
His X's and O's led to, in the postseason, the worst playoff series of Kevin Durant's career from a shooting perspective, alongside Kyrie Irving, dog walking everyone else, pretty much. And then getting to the NBA Finals, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, lights were a little bit too big for them, but his X's and O's, besides drop coverage on Steph Curry, got them the number one defense in the league post All-Star break in his first year. Now, Darvin Ham, albeit through Rob Pelinka and his trade decisions, got himself a fresh new Laker squad, and they went and did their thing. And
listen, no. I'm not going to allow you to do that. You want to sit there and boast up Ime Udoka, that's cool. I'm not going to let up there and let you tell the story for Darvin Ham, because you're going to tell it incomplete.
Oh, Lord.
You're not going to mention the 2-10 start?
The 2-10 start for sure. I mean, I get that.
You're not going to mention basically two different rosters in one season, and they made the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, and then they didn't have an answer from the coach.
You didn't. having Russell Westbrook, you didn't give context. You also didn't identify that we knocked your team out, the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors. We knocked them out.
Yeah, and
we knocked the
LeBron
Memphis
also
Grizzlies
knocked
out.
Andrew Wiggins. He had cracked ribs, but we can mention that too, right? Yeah, it was a
Shame
little
on you,
easy for y'all in that game 6, right? And then y'all
Shame
ran
on
against a
you.
rip nigga like Nikola Jokic, and he absolutely dog walked y'all, hitting multiple shots in his favorite player's mouth. That's crazy. But anyway, like Cole said, pull up Cole's quote. Ime is a way better coach. Like you said, you want to talk about the X's and O's. That's what you need to talk about with the coach. And Ime Udoka has way better X's and O's than your boy Darvin Hamsky. It's that simple.
Okay.
You know this. Darvin Ham was getting cooked by Braun too. So I can't wait for them niggas to have words, I guess. Like, what are we doing? They're having a conversation. 21-year veteran legend to Ime Udoka. Like,
don't have a conversation with my guys. You are the head coach of the Houston Rockets. Keep your mouth shut. Focus on your guys. Y'all are losing.
Hey, man.
You ain't got nothing to say to the king.
Lord.
How dare you?
The refs are ridiculous, though. Like, he shouldn't have had 2 texts already anyway.
Okay, so now we blaming the referees for this situation. All right, cool. I got
7. Have the referees
Anthony
been
Davis
good
looked good to me last night. AD was my primetime performer last night. The referees are going to be the referees. I have not seen the referees win or lose a game for the Lakers this season. The Lakers have lost games because of mistakes. Self-inflicted wounds is what I seen the Lakers lose games for, not the referees. So we're not going to blame the officials for that.
Okay. So I can't. So once LeBron get ejected, I want to hear what your response is on the next episode, because that's
when do you see LeBron getting ejected though? LeBron James doesn't get ejected. I think LeBron been tossed out once in his whole career.
I think it's either once or twice. The point of the matter is that when it happens, it's a rarity. So when it does happen, or he gets a tech, and you think that, like, do you think that LeBron's tech was warranted in that situation?
If the referee gave both of those guys a tech, I feel like it was warranted because he was right there. And when you looked at everybody in the background, all the fans, everybody was locked in, so you could tell that it was some type of conversation that wasn't a normal conversation.
Okay, all right, I'll take that answer.
Worry about your Golden State Warriors when we talk about ejections and technical fouls. Your man Draymond Green is who you need to be focused on. Don't worry about LeBron; he'll be fine. You worry about what y'all going to be when we talk about ejections. Because your boy is the poster child for this, right?
Who you talking about? Draymond now?
You talking about Draymond?
Are you kidding me? Who was your performance player of the night last night, Hank, between the Lakers and the Rockets? I feel like Anthony Davis was the performer of the night for me.
Oh, yeah, he took care of business. I told you who my star was. I like the AR-15. He won blew that game open for him.
Okay.
Off the bench. And, of course, D'Lo came out, attacking. But it was AR to me was the star last night.
Very impressive numbers by this roster. Anthony Davis played 36 minutes. We got LeBron James still playing 35 plus minutes. Is that a concern, fellas, that LeBron James is still averaging 35 plus minutes right now in this season?
The best player in the world, according to 7, had 17 last night. So, I guess.
Yeah, D'Lo was on. So I noticed that too, Cole. He's putting that defensive pressure up too.
Yeah. D'Lo had a pretty off night. I mean, from shooting wise, but he still was able to put together a solid performance. I feel like overall, just on the floor, just being on the floor, figured out other ways to impact the team. That's all we need that nigga to do at the end of the day. And then he'll be fine. He ain't gonna get
D'Lo has been playing well. Like the last time we had our last show, we kind of highlighted and talked about D'Lo specifically, and then he came right back out. Hank kind of predicted that 30+ game.
Mm-hmm.
He come back out, dropped 35 points, right?
On the Pistons, unfortunately.
My God. This is LAKERLAND, boys and girls, episode 26. Y'all already know how we rocking, man. Smash that like button. If you guys are new to the Players Choice platform, make sure you subscribe and also become a family member. Join the membership here at Players Choice. We got so many exclusive contents and things coming down the pipeline. So definitely become a member here at Players Choice. We definitely appreciate all of your guys' support. We're about to get into our next topic of discussion. Let's get into the elephant in the room, fellas. Let's talk about Maverick Carter and LeBron James. Drop a bomb for Maverick Carter, please. So, for those that have been under a rock, reports had just came out that I believe, Hank, was this in 2011?
Yeah, it was some years back. You know,
Maverick Carter had an interview with the FBI, and he had admitted to betting thousands of dollars on sports games, including the NBA. Now, he made it clear that no one had anything to do with this, including LeBron James, of course. But we wanted to kind of break down and give our opinions on the afterthoughts, what we feel like the impact is going to be from this story. Where were you, Zizi, when you first heard about Maverick Carter speaking to the FBI and admitting that he was gambling?
Probably like 2 days ago. I just saw the story on a few different basketball pages, and I was like, oh, but like my thing is that's the first bad, like what's you call it? Not like a bad mole or of a friend group. Like him, Rich Paul, Bron, Maverick Carter. Bron's notoriously been known for, as he was on the rise, bringing his friends up with him essentially, and then making them business partners and things of that nature. So with this, it's like, oh, this is really bad. And Rich Paul was the only one recently that was in the news, but it was because of his basketball takes in general that were putting him on First Take and stuff. Maverick Carter, on the other hand, is talking about betting on sports games. And if it's NBA involved, my question is LeBron in the mix of this? Not necessarily with him, but is he betting on LeBron? Was he betting on some of LeBron's games? Like, I don't know. But it's a bad look for the camp of LeBron James at this point, who, when we talk about LeBron, has been one of the most scandal-free players probably in NBA history, especially talking about the greatest of all times. But yeah, so he might have to cut that nigga off, respectfully.
You think he should cut ties with Maverick Carter?
I mean, amidst all of the not allegations, amidst all of the controversy now, I mean, like, if he thinks it's just going to blow over, then, whatever. But when you think about LeBron James as a brand, as a personal brand, it's like, yo, you messing up my money right now. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't think that it's a good look for his camp.
I agree with you, and I'm about to let you go, Hank. But I do want to throw some caveats out there, because there has always been a narrative that LeBron James have went through his career pretty much drama-free, scandal-free, controversy-free. Him and his guys. It's always been a feel-good story when we talk about them. But in all reality, when we talk about what's documented, that really isn't the case. Maverick, of course, admitted to illegally betting on NBA games during the 2021 federal investigation. So it wasn't 2011. The investigation happened in 2021. But don't forget, his business manager, Randy Mims, and his trainer, David Alexander. Remember, they both got outed for meetings with known PED peddlers. If you also remember, an employee of a PED clinic had publicly confessed to meeting or witnessing Rich Paul periodically picking up product packages for LeBron James. So a lot of people don't really speak on it, but there has been negative storylines with LeBron James affiliates. And I am from the standpoint, at least with Maverick, with this situation with the gambling, LeBron just need to step away from dude. Not so much on the friend part, but as far as business, I think LeBron James should definitely consider separating himself from a few guys. But when we talk about Maverick specifically, I say he should part ways. What you think about this situation, Hank? And what was your reaction to hearing about it?
Remember, we kind of have briefly talked about it. I don't think he needs to cut ties with him. I'm sure LeBron knew of the incident before. It's from a 2021 interview.
He didn't.
Sure,
He didn't.
He had
Unless he's lying, not to cut you off, unless he's lying, LeBron James just made a statement recently that he did not know anything about Maverick Carter better on games.
Okay, well, I mean, he's saving face, but if he didn't know about it, then yes, I probably would absolutely get rid of him right now. You don't want they're trying to find anything they can to bring LeBron's name down. Even they brought a school into it this summer, remember, with the I Promise school.
Yep.
They want anything they can to put a stain on him. And so if he didn't know, yeah, but if he knew already, especially with the fact that he has a media company himself, he probably was vetted some of this information already, then he don't need to cut ties. He probably already knew what was going on. But if he's serious about not knowing, he got to let him go, because this could bring him down and hurt his Hall of Fame and all type of stuff in the future.
So you are from the mindset that this could actually affect LeBron James' legacy?
Oh yeah. When Pete
Even
Rose
if he has
still not
nothing
even
to
in the
do
Hall
with
of Fame in baseball for betting, so it'll definitely hurt his name if this comes out. He was doing it.
I'm confused though, because are you calling LeBron James a liar?
I'm not saying he's a liar.
What are you saying?
But I'm saying
I told you that LeBron said he didn't have anything to do with it. He had no knowledge. But it sounds to me that you keep hinting that if LeBron James get caught, like, are we calling LeBron a liar? I just want to know where y'all stand at so I can stand on business when it comes to y'all in this topic. Do you believe LeBron James? Let's start there. Do you believe LeBron James?
We gotta believe him. That's what he said. But but if he did know, he got nothing to worry about.
He'll be all right.
Zizi, do you believe LeBron James when he says he knew nothing about this?
I mean, if he said it, he said it. I don't know the nigga personally, so I know he's lied before on multiple occasions. But
Like what? Give me an example of LeBron James lying to the American public.
There was a I don't know if it was an interview. LeBron was reading a book in the locker room and the shit was upside down.
I remember that.
Which, by the way, is like top 3 funniest Bron moments I think I've ever. Like, I love this nigga, man. I think it's hilarious. Nigga said that he listened to, he said he didn't watch like The Godfather, and then they started asking him what his favorite scene was, and then this nigga, there's so many lying ass nigga. Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, let's not act like if LeBron. That's the thing. I admire it because it's like, Bron don't want y'all to know what he's doing in his personal life. He don't want y'all to know. But he wants you to think that he might be a scholar, or he might watch The Godfather, or he might listen to Beethoven or some shit before the game. When he does,
didn't they say he predicted the 81-point game from Kobe?
Yes, and then this nigga said, "Oh yeah, I thought he was going. I knew it was going to be a special night."
Yeah,
yes, bro. He was lying at the age of 20. He was fresh in the league, coming out capping. Bro was ready to go. Talking about something. I said I knew it was gonna be a special night, so I was telling my boys, Bron, stop, bro. Just stop. It's okay though. We love him anyway, right, Seven? We love a capping ass nigga. Oh my god.
Look, man, I'm standing on what I'm standing on, and I just feel like he just need to part ways. I believe LeBron when he says he has nothing to do with it. I believe LeBron when he says he has no knowledge of it. Hank still believes that this is going to affect LeBron's legacy. Hypothetically, Hank, let's say there is no proof that LeBron had anything to do with this. How does this impact LeBron's legacy, this rumor?
There's always going to be rumors and innuendo. It's about having proof. So that's what they're trying to find, proof on him. Even when you mentioned, what's his name, the business guy? His manager or whatever.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. Yeah, that they were saying back in the day he was picking up packages that had LBJ on it and all that stuff. They're trying to put all this stain on him because he's a great player, obviously, but for some reason they want him to have this rise and fall. Maybe it's something in the background that's going on. We know he's a powerful player in the entertainment industry. Maybe that's the reason. The things he's done with the managing the players, maybe they are attacking him as well. They did that to Isaiah Thomas back in the day when he changed the players' pay. maybe that's the reason why they're doing it to LeBron James as well.
But this is what I don't like. Everybody's not going to want to see you win, no matter who you are. So I understand that. But I think we need to identify that they didn't just make these stories up. There's actually documented proof or people on record speaking on these situations specifically. And even though LeBron James himself may not have anything to do with it, his associates, his affiliates seem to just make bad, weird decisions. And I don't know how much that's going to cost LeBron ultimately, but I mean, I don't want to make it seem like the media or the higher ups just created these storylines and narratives. Like these guys I reportedly really had their hands mixed in some weird things, throughout the tenure of LeBron James' career. This is very surprising to me, bro, because we've always hung our hat on, how straight of a line him and his boys been walking for 21 years. And now guys is betting money. It's not illegal, but I just think it's a bad look, bro.
Jordan
Skip Bayless is loving it.
Yeah, Skip Bayless woke up happy as hell that morning.
So Skip is speaking of what has Skip's reaction been? What is he saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought y'all seen something.
I'm just saying he's probably happy. He tries to find all the dirt on him.
He definitely found something. It's like we've never seen anything like this in a player that's played 21 years. This is the first time that allegations like this have come out. Ramon James is a liar, a cheater, a gambler. He can't gamble like my boy Michael Jordan though, but still. What has been the worst LeBron scandal to y'all in his career? Let's talk about that. Delonte West.
Delonte West, his mom situation, that's been the biggest one.
Yeah,
they still talking about that.
Yeah.
Has there been any realistic proof of that?
I don't even remember. I used to look at it more and more when I was a kid because it was just like I was just like, oh my God, LeBron's playing with his father. Like, and then I had to look into it. And I was like, I don't even know if this. I don't think this is true. I don't think this is true.
They keep saying that he was medically impaired during that series and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's been talk around it, basically, like it's possibly true.
What about you, Hank? What would you say has been the LeBron James biggest scandal, true or false, in his career?
The Delonte West one for sure. That's the one that sticks out the most.
More than PEDs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. They said Savannah was with Rashad Lewis. That one.
Really?
Too. Yep. You never heard that one?
Way.
In Miami. They had that was going down in Miami. They had that going on during the playoff time. So those two.
I guess if you count him leaving Cleveland the first time as a scandal because it created so much controversy. But
controversy. Yep.
Niggas was burning his jersey at the stake and all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. And what's crazy is like the ones that we're coming up with, it's like rumors. We can't come up with anything like concrete as far as a big time scandal with this guy in 21 years. A kid from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah. Good for him.
Wow. Maybe all right. Maybe the Delonte West thing probably was the biggest thing, the most shocking thing. But I think the PEDs, because it came up multiple times. And LeBron has always been a freak of nature as an athlete. So, and then when he's doing things versus Father Time right now, I think we're always going to have that conversation no matter whether it's proof or not. I think once that got put in the atmosphere, the NBA community will forever have conversations while this guy is playing at an elite level of how real it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're seeing other guys starting to play longer, too. It's just not LeBron. Steph is playing at an exceptional rate right now. KD's playing pretty well. I'm sure Giannis is going to push into his prime, put past the prime as well, the normal prime years. So I think once those guys fulfill the LeBron talk, probably without proof, will kind of die down.
Mm-hmm.
But I disagree on that standpoint because first of all, LeBron still has many years up on guys like KD and Steph Curry, and even if Steph Curry played for another 5 to 8 years or what have you, he wouldn't have to deal with the wear and tear and the physicality that LeBron James has had to deal with this 21-year career that he's had. Steph Curry's career hasn't been as physical. He's never been that physical of a presence on the basketball court. It's all been about shooting and changing the culture and running around and stuff like that. So him, KD don't bang that much down in the block. So they don't have as much wear and tear as
I think
LeBron.
KD
So
might have more.
You think so? I don't think so. He might be
Achilles.
fragile. I think he's more fragile than LeBron, but I don't think KD has been going up and being banged as much as LeBron has been. Nowhere close.
I mean, I don't know. KD in his younger years when he was with OKC, I mean, he was slashing, putting on niggas' heads, like going straight to the rim. No throwing caution to the wind. When he got to the Warriors, it was a little bit of the same thing, but it was more of not equally balanced, but a balanced whole offensive output. Like with his mid-range, his threes were a lot better in those years. Driving in was still probably like his third go-to. And then now that he's had the Achilles injury and we've seen him bounce back, you see him annihilating the mid-range now. So from a wear and tear standpoint, I get you. I think because 21 years is a lot, and I will agree with you on the fact that I think that LeBron probably has been banged up more because he's still going to go at the rim, still going to duck his head, go straight to the rim. And I told you on numerous episodes, the lower half of this man's body is the worst fear for me as he continues to go on, because it's like, bro, if you keep on landing wrong and you got these tight ass shoes on, we didn't see the foot injury, it's been you're prone to having more nagging injuries, especially at his age. So it's yeah. So I feel you on that point. I do. That's why we see LeBron shooting more threes and shit now.
Yeah.
Speaking
That's
of
what
injuries,
I realized too.
Reports that came out earlier this week. I mean, I want to kind of go away from the Lakers, but we'll stay with LeBron James. Bronny James is scheduled to get back on the basketball court to return for USC. Hank, I know you and I and some of the other guys, we kind of talked about this situation earlier this week on my platform. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my channel as well, the Best of 7 Sports Talk on YouTube. We definitely appreciate it. We have weekly open panels, so you guys are definitely more than welcome to join our roundtables when we talk about the NBA. But Hank and I and the fellas was talking earlier this week about Bronny James' return, and some of us really are really scared for this kid and feel like maybe LeBron James should be pulling the plug on the career of Bronny James before it actually starts. ZZ, let me start with you, gang, and get your opinion, because I know, like I said, Hank has kind of spoke on this earlier this week. What do you think about Bronny James returning to basketball, and do you think LeBron should cancel Christmas on the thought of Bronny playing basketball again?
Mute.
I mean, with all due respect, he's not our kid. With all due respect, if LeBron James thinks that the kid can go, kid's gonna go. LeBron and them have more than enough money to get Bronny onto the court after experiencing something like that. And they said as long as it's monitored and things of that nature, he'll be fine. So I think that they're going to take, every single measure that they need to in order to ensure that he can play and breathe. Same thing with Shaq's son. Back when he had that, I forgot what it was, but it was like a heart condition, I think.
Yep.
I didn't think that he would play basketball again. But Shaq and the doctors figured out a way to get him back on the court after everything went down. So, Bronny isn't the first instance where an NBA legend's son has had some sort of medical condition, some sort of medical thing that has put him out of the game of basketball. So if Bron wants
This
him to
guy
play, then
is
let him play.
unbelievable. You are unbelievable, bro. Because it's LeBron James, you want to downplay the seriousness of this.
What are we talking
Did
about?
Sharif
son?
O'Neal have a heart attack?
He had what was it?
He had a heart procedure.
His heart. He had a heart procedure.
Yeah.
It was. I think it might
Did he
have
have
been.
a heart attack? Did he have cardiac arrest? Yes or no?
No, he didn't have cardiac arrest, but it was still very. It kept
right,
him
then.
out of walking. Like, what are we talking about right
I
now?
understand that,
Up in
but
the hospital.
don't compare the two. If his condition wasn't as serious as Bronny James, you're talking about because LeBron James and them got all this money. So like, what does that matter? What does that mean?
Are they letting him play or are they not letting him play? Seven. Clearly, they're letting.
They
him
are,
play
but my question to you is, if you are LeBron and putting yourself in their shoes, are you letting him play? You done froze up on us. Hank, what's your thoughts, gang?
We kind of talked about it. It's a tough situation. We've seen the tragedies that have happened in the past with these heart issues, but with LeBron saying, hey, he's going to be back, obviously they've done their due diligence. They trust the doctors. And in the end of the day, Bronny, we talked about it too. Bronny is grown legally. What is LeBron going to do besides block other channels for him? If Bronny wants to play that badly, he's going to play. He's going to go around.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Thank you, Hank.
You may not have the answers to these, but I'm going to ask you a question so I can just totally destroy this BS that I hear a lot of people talking about. Who does Bronny live with?
I'm sure he lives with his parents.
Does Bronny James pay rent or mortgage?
Maybe now he got the NIL money, so maybe now he can do what he wants.
If he's living at home, he's not paying the rent or mortgage, right?
No, nah.
Oh my God.
Explain to me what the hell Bronny James is doing that he's such a grown man or his own man outside of his age, his date of birth. Because this is all I'm seeing in the comments is people talking about LeBron can't do nothing. Bronny is a grown man. This is a kid still. What are y'all talking about? He still lives at home. He still gets his mother probably still washing his clothes, still feeding him. Same program. Come on, bro. Where is the adult at in Bronny James outside of his age?
We know that, Seven, but if he really wanted to be defiant, he could.
Yes,
legally.
Bro, he has every legally right to do whatever he wants. Same thing that Lonzo and LaMelo and them boys did to their father. Even though
look what happened. Look what happened. What do you mean? Look what happened.
What do you mean? Look what happened.
Them dudes is come on, bro.
What do you mean?
When you look at the wave of the big three of the Ball family and what it was at one point, bro, Melo is the only thing lit right now, and he ain't even lit.
He lit. He's just in Charlotte.
No, Charlotte ain't about nothing. You think Charlotte gonna be doing something?
I said he's lit. He's just in Charlotte.
But you can't be so lit with a losing team. Like, what are you seeing from Melo Ball that impresses you so much, regardless of their losses?
Multiple 30-point games with high numbers of assists and rebounds. Multiple 30-point games. He's hurt. I think he sprained his ankle a couple of days ago. But outside of that, LaMelo's the only thing keeping them in games, whether they win or lose. Same thing that Hank has to witness when he watches Cade Cunningham play basketball for the Pistons, and the fact that they did not win a single game in November. But I'm sure that he looked at it and said, hey, at least Cade's doing well, or Soar's doing well, or Jalen Duran's doing well. Like, there's bright spots in poor franchises. Charlotte's been a poor franchise before Kemba, which was like 10 years ago. Yeah, they've been a terrible franchise for a while. But if you have any, by Michael Jeffrey Jordan. MJ. But if they have any bright spots, you pay attention to some of the bright spots. Same thing we were doing when Zach LaVine and Andrew Wiggins and Cat were in Minnesota, and they were like, "Oh, look at them, they're on the rise." Or what we were doing with the Magic, literally same thing. You get them some good pieces, and then they can win 9 straight games. And we're looking at Paolo Banchero, and we're saying, "Oh, yeah, he was just as good as I thought he was." Same thing I'm going to do with LaMelo Ball if he gets onto a contending team. Stop playing with LaMelo. It's crazy. It's terrorist work.
All right, I'm gonna try not to disrespect this guy. Now, Steven says, "Mama will always feed you and wash your clothes." That's a bad example. Well, I don't know, Steven. I gotta talk to the bosses. I don't know where you're from, but this black household that I came up with, once I was 18, my mother ain't washing nothing. She ain't cooking nothing. It's time to keep it pushing. So, maybe it's just my little isolated situation, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, bro, when we talk about people being a grown man or an adult, we got to look at what are they doing day to day. I look way beyond a person's age to consider them a man or a woman. And just from the outside in, I don't see Bronny James having those type of responsibilities that us as adults have day in and day out.
You don't see Bronny being able to wake up one day and say, I get to choose if I want to play basketball today or not. You don't think you're talking eligibility based off of age. I'm talking reality based off of what happens every day. This boy still lives at home with his mother. He don't pay no rent. He don't pay no bills. He ain't going to work every day. What is he doing that represents an adult outside of his date of birth? Making money. That's what he's doing.
Doing what?
Being Bronny James.
He play professional basketball.
Deals.
You got NIL money.
NIL money. NIL money getting paid more than your average mama. Stop playing with
the highest paid. I think it's $8 million a year.
Wait a minute.
Not to mention the fact that he's LeBron James's son.
Break this down to me. He's getting NIL money from what?
Right now, college players or even high school players can get paid for brand deals now.
He hasn't played a game of college basketball yet, right?
He done some commercials with his dad too. This man's getting
What
bread.
is he getting paid from? If he got all this NIL money, what is it coming from? Because he hasn't played basketball. So what is it coming from? Video games?
Whatever.
I think honestly he might have gotten a video game one too. I think it was for PS4.
Respectfully, I don't want to say that's kid stuff because we got adults making big money off of video games. So I don't want to ever make it seem like that. But come on, bro.
Shaq had to deal with. I think Shaq from Players Choice had to deal with sponsorship deal with PS4, I think, or PS5, one or two. But Shaq's getting that bread, so that ain't no kid money. That's Shaq from Players Choice money type. Like, stop playing with him. Like, bro, we're like, he's good. He's good. He's making more money than the three of us. He's good. He's good. He can make his own decisions. He can make big boy decisions. If he want to play basketball, he can play basketball. If LeBron thinks that he can play, it's fine. We are sitting here, you're looking at it like he your kid. And we looking at it like that's not our kid, nor is that our grown man, old ass adult. Like, stop playing.
And I feel like that's a problem.
Decision.
I feel like that's a problem. All right. All right, Lakerland, episode 26. We're about to get into halftime of the show. Appreciate you guys rocking with us so far, man. It's going down here at Players Choice. Make sure y'all smash that like button for us as we get into halftime, man. Just another reminder for you guys. We are live here at Lakerland every Sunday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and every Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, live on the only choice that matters, Players Choice, man. Salute to you guys. Thank y'all so much for pulling up this Sunday afternoon, man. Top of December. ZZ, you got any news or anything you want to get off around the NBA before we get into the second half of the show?
Since you already said we're going to talk about the Warriors, I'm going to leave that to the side and let myself calm down a little bit more. Outside of that,
well, I had a conversation that I wanted to go geared towards Klay Thompson. So is your dialogue in regards to Klay?
No. Klay was fine.
Okay, so yeah, we'll tap into that. But if you got something that you want to get off your chest about your Warriors, by all means.
So here's my thing, right? When I look at that game yesterday, I was like, yo, going into it, I was like, all right, so we already played these dudes a few days ago. No GP2, no CP, no Wiggs. Draymond is back and he's busting threes out the ass, right? Like, it's crazy. I don't know what gym he'd been in when he was suspended. But bro came back launching from three, or at least having the confidence to, because the defense plays him the exact same way. Pick and fade. Draymond's there. They're going to leave him open. Draymond said, I bet I'm going to hit 4 threes in the first quarter yesterday, right? So then I'm sitting here and I'm watching the team go up, I think 22. And I'm like, all right. I know that we can blow this thing. For as much as we can have a lead, we can blow it too. So then I'm watching everything was good up until like the fourth quarter, right? The fourth quarter is where things start to differ, because I'm watching the Clippers build momentum on the comeback, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, all right. And then when Steph took that fadeaway from that fadeaway mid-range and Russ got the rebound, I was like, damn.
Did you see that rebound that Westbrook got, by the way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, and here's the thing, I didn't even know Russ got back into the game. So once I seen him get the rebound, I was like, oh, there's Russ. Like, he hasn't been, what the world? He gives it to Paul George. I knew right then and there, Paul George is going to walk up the court, he's going to step back, and he is going to shoot a three. Because that's Paul George's go-to, especially in moments like that in a game. They could be down 1, 2, or 3 points. He is going to take the step back three if they get the stop. And boom, Klay Thompson, great contest. That's a bad shot. And Paul George hit it. Sucks.
It is disgusting that your Golden State Warriors right now are sitting in last place in the Pacific Division with all that slick talk that you be having week by week. And we're not talking about a Golden State Warriors team who are just like injured all across the board or missing somebody.
They are.
Like, come on, man.
Multiple injuries across the board, actually.
It's been multiple disappointments.
Oh,
Your
really?
guys are done. Your boys are done. Are you telling me that you are comfortable and content with the Warriors being in last place behind these sorry Clippers? You think y'all can bounce back from this?
So we took a 1-point loss to a Clippers team fully loaded, and we were missing Chris Paul, Gary Payton II, and Andrew Wiggins. We were missing our 2 best perimeter defenders outside of Draymond Green. And we lost by a point. Meanwhile, you niggas, when y'all are missing Cam Reddish or, like you said, Jared Vanderbilt, who will not help you offensively whatsoever.
What else? Gabe Vincent?
Gabe Vincent.
Keep going. Keep going. Because the Lakers have played with
off-season
8-man rotations.
All these offseason acquisitions. Yes, they have. And you have games where LeBron and the Lakers are happy as hell that they beat Hank's Detroit Pistons. And then they match up with a rookie nigga team like OKC. And then what happens, Seven? What happens? Oh, we ain't got no answer for SGA. Well, don't y'all have Cam Reddish, or don't y'all have some of the best perimeter defenders that were hyped up in the offseason by you? Don't y'all have something? Don't y'all have that dude that just got that bag off the bench, Austin Reeves? Where is he at? Oh, whatever. And then you go out there and you lose to a real team. You are sitting comfortably with this Lakers team. Meanwhile, you're throwing out the fact that they're dog shit on the road, and you know that because you brought it up to me on numerous occasions. I don't give a damn what the Lakers do at home against, and I'm glad that they beat the Houston Rockets. I am glad because, like I said, first time they matched up, they spanked that ass real bad. Now, they go out there and they win by 10 points. Phenomenal. Keep it going on the road. We're gonna talk about the Lakers on the road in a second. We're gonna have this discussion. I want to see what you think that their win-loss record is going to be at the end of the road trip. But we're gonna get into it. For sure.
Wow. ZZ said a mouthful, boys and girls. But unfortunately for ZZ, pause. I apologize. Unfortunately for ZZ, we keep the fouls. And I can't wait for open court. I need Bit to light you up. You want to sit here and now you want to use Andrew Wiggins as an arguing point with me? The guy who you've been shitting on, pardon my language, all season, saying that he's trade bait. Now you want to give an excuse because he's injured. That's one of the reasons why you guys have not been successful. Really?
If Andrew Wiggins, he's injured, and in his last 2 games prior to his injury, he was balling.
You had no love for Andrew Wiggins at all.
I still don't. He's still considered trade bait to me. Don't get me wrong. Andrew Wiggins has been up and down his entire career. That's the story of his career, which is why I don't love him, but I like his perimeter defense, especially considering the fact that he would have been guarding Kawhi Leonard. So factor in that. Stop it, Seven. You're trying to twist words and narratives and shit. It's insane right now.
As we get off of this Warriors topic for now, I just want LakerLand. I want the NBA community. I want ZZ to know if the season ended right now, Hank, guess where the Golden State Warriors would be?
Oh my God.
They outside of the top 10.
Home. No play-in, no postseason, no playoffs, nothing. Nada. Nathaniel. That's where your boys are. That's how they playing right now. Don't even talk to me, ZZ, about the Golden State Warriors.
All I'm gonna say is, I mean, I'm not one to wish injuries upon teams or players, but all I'm gonna say is, you keep capping, acting like Golden State and the Lakers ain't old as shit. They ain't got old as shit players. More specifically, your precious king. But I don't want LeBron to get hurt, so I ain't gonna say nothing. But y'all do got that big walking emergency exit sign, Anthony Davis. Like, bro, stop playing with him. Like, acting like this man has been, it's been good now, but as soon as that man go down with one little tweak, one little, my pinky, one little, my unibrow, one little something, Laker fans, Laker Nation, we might have to trade him. I can't wait. I'm gonna see the headlines. I'm gonna see everything. It's gonna be, should they trade Anthony Davis all over again? It's the same cycle. Same cycle.
I got to
I'm proud of him right now. I'm proud of him right now. He's staying healthy, staying in games.
He's doing his thing. For now.
You see how his true colors come out. I swear to God, after this show is over, I'm contacting the bosses about this one. I am.
Please do.
I need ZZ to remain here, but I need them to start. I need suspensions coming down this pipeline over here too. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. You have no respect for LeBron James, bro.
I have all the respect in the world for LeBron.
When you disrespect LeBron James like this on these 2-hour shows, bro, you really should be fined or suspended for something. I don't know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Something you have to
put me in timeout. That's crazy.
Yeah, something, bro. We have to demonstrate some type of consequence, bro, because this disrespect is out of pocket.
It's okay. Because like I said, Seven, it's just Seven goes with the flow of the week. So, like, what was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, it was, the Warriors would beat Denver in a 7-game series. Now it's that just if the season ended today, they'd be out. If the season ended 22 games in, we still got a lot more to go. And a trade deadline. Don't get me started.
That's very true. All right, LakerLand episode 26. We are at it. Like that, smash that like button, man. Y'all already know how we coming, man. Hank, ZZ, and Seven in the building. About to get into our next topic here on LakerLand. Let's spin that LakerLand wheel, fellas, to see what we're about to chop it up with next.
Oh, God.
We got to start bench cut segment. Let's talk about the perimeter presence of these Los Angeles Lakers. Hank, who you starting, who you benching, and who you cutting? Jared Vanderbilt, Rui&Taurean, or Taurean Prince?
Oh, man. I'm a Rui fan, and I think he should start when he come back. I would say start him. Bench, what's that, Vando? And then Taurean Prince cut.
So you're starting Rui, who didn't get any bump last night over Vando. You coming Vando off the bench and you're getting rid of Prince. Why are you getting rid of Prince? What have you seen from him this season that you're not sold on?
I think Vando's better, a little bit offensively better than him. Little bit. I see your face, Easy.
Yeah, because
Rui especially. That's why I got him starting. And then defensively, they all long. So, but Vando definitely his defense is very good. That's why I put him on the bench, and he come in and sub when needed.
What about you, ZZ? I'll bring up the visual again. Start, bench, or cut for the Lakers. When we talk about the wing presence, Vando, Rui, Prince, who you start benching and cutting, bro?
I mean, I'm with I'm kind of with Hank because at first I thought it was in order, but then I was like, I'm only saying that because Vando's offense was so much of a no-show that it was enough to get him to not play in halves or games in the playoffs because he just for as much as he gave you on the defensive end, he couldn't give you half of that on the offensive end. So with Taurean Prince, I guess he's been in a 3-and-D type of role this year, but he hasn't really done much in his spot as compared to like Cam Reddish, for example. And I'm just like, So he's not really working out like leaps and bounds the way that I think most Laker fans might have anticipated. So, they might have a little bit more of that we need Vando nostalgia. So that might play a part. But I'll start Rui, bench Vando, cut Taurean Prince.
I think I'm gonna start Vando for the defense. Rui, I'm gonna keep it real. Rui has been a little bit disappointing to me because if I had my choice, I would have put Rui. It might not have made total sense, but I felt like Rui could have been a starter coming off of last year. Him and Austin Reeves, depending on who we had as personnel. So with him coming off in the second unit, I thought he was really going to have a great season to start. He's had his moments, but I have not been overly impressive with Rui the way I was last season. So I will have him come off the bench. I still believe in him. Prince, when you look at the numbers and what he was projected to do with the Lakers, he's a pretty good three-point shooter. That's why I was kind of bugged out when you had put dude over Prince as far as offensively, Hank. But he hasn't been hitting the wide open three-pointers. He has not been hitting the wide open shots that he's had all year. And that's what the Lakers are going to need. So he's not really doing his job, especially as a starter in my eyes consistently. So I would probably have Prince being cut, unfortunately, if I had to go between those three. So I'm going with Vando, Rui, and I'm cutting Taurean Prince.
Respect it.
Cole said Prince just started shooting in the last 6 games. That's a lie. That's a lie, Cole. What do you mean? I mean, it ain't like we done played 20 and 30, 40 games. So the season is still young. But I've watched this guy miss entirely too many wide open shots. And that's just a no-no. Any team that's constructed with LeBron James, you got to have guys that can knock down open shots. That's how LeBron wins championships, from Mike Miller to Ray Allen to KCP and Danny Green. These guys got to be able to hit that wide open shot. So next up here at LAKERLAND, give me a second, people. I want to talk about roles and responsibilities. This was an interesting segment that we had last week, ZZ, because you and I had talked about D'Angelo Russell in that segment, and he, came out playing pretty well. So I want to chop it up with you and Hank about roles and responsibilities for Anthony Davis now that the Lakers pretty much have their full team under wraps, with the exception of Gabe Vincent. Hank, what do you think the role and responsibility for Anthony Davis should be as of today moving forward?
I want to say it's him take as the lead option for offensively. But I feel as long as he plays consistently defensively the way he's been playing and can at least give decent offense, he's going to have his games where he get his 30-something. But if he could just stay in that 15 range in those off days, I think they'll be fine. And everybody else play their role, including LeBron. They'll have some wins and some W's. But that defense got to stay elite.
So it's the defense is consistent for him, but you would like to see an improvement on offense.
Just make sure you don't have no big drops. You drop 30 and get 5 or 8 or something. He got to stay in that 14 to 16 range. And in his next game, he, 20 something, whatever. But defensively, that's got to be the key for everything. Of course, with the Vando and Taurean and all those long guys, Cam Reddish locking in. I think they could be a defensive great group once everything locks in.
Let's say hypothetically he remains consistent and elite on the defensive end on the basketball court. What will it take from the offensive side of the court from Anthony Davis for the Lakers to be successful? Like, what does he have to give them on a night in, night out basis offensively? Give me an average if he's playing well on defense.
I would like him to average every night 25, 26 a game, but that's not what he does. He always has a big game, then a smaller game. So, but his small games can't be, like I say, that 10 points or nothing like that. He got to get in that 16 range. The next night he'll probably drop 20 something. If you see like he's cooking on these smaller forwards, the guys that are around his side or centers rather, when he face the bigger guys, obviously that's when he's gonna have more of his struggles. But if he can keep in that range, I would like to average about 25 a game. I think that'd be solid. But defensively, he's gonna take a lot of energy to protect the paint and all that. But he's got to keep it consistent enough to where they can miss those extra points in some games.
Now, ZZ, the panel, they had that real intense conversation last week, and it was based off of part of it was based off of Anthony Davis, and there was a conversation about his inconsistency offensively. And Mars was going through, different stat lines from AD and other players to either be considered consistent or inconsistent. Do you feel like Anthony Davis has an offensive inconsistent problem? I know there's been like couple halves this year where he's went scoreless and he don't give you 30 points or not, but do you feel like he is truly inconsistent offensively?
Yeah, for sure. That's always been my problem with this nigga is that he literally just can, like Hank said, he can give you a 30 point or 25 point, 10 rebound night, and then he can give you the next night 14 and go completely unrecognizable unless he's getting a couple blocks. So like that's been the problem. And I said it before too, when you compare Anthony Davis to other big men, the two other big men that are the two elephants in the room, and Joel Embiid and Jokic, those two don't give you you see consistency from those two. That separates the mix. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem that I have with Anthony Davis is on defense he can give it to you relatively consistently, but offense it's like there's always highs and then lows. Last year in the playoffs, what was it? He went off or in odd number games or even number games, and then was the opposite on vice versa. So this was literally a story for the media with graphics and all that to back up and showcase for it. So if it's a problem like that, it's definitely going to be a problem. So he's inconsistent, bar none.
I guess I'm having a problem with gauging how we measure consistency, because if he gives you a 30-point double-double, but then comes back out and give you a 15-point triple-double, y'all are going to call him inconsistent because there's so much of a gap differential between the points per game.
Right. We expect him to be, obviously, we putting the pressure on him because we know he could be MVP. He has the talent to. When we look at Embiid and all them other guys, well, Jokic sometimes will drop down, but his triple doubles are crazy. But Embiid is dropping almost 30 every single night, and I think that's what everybody's looking at for AD to do, like stay consistent, just it don't drop really low. Yeah, I recall too, like when LeBron is in the fourth quarter, he
talk about the aggression. So is it his attitude, Hank, or is it the production? Which one is more inconsistent? His drive or the results? What's the most inconsistent?
He probably plays Robin a little too much. Like I'm saying, if LeBron can't score, you got to pick up the reins and say, "Give me the ball, run the play for me, and score for your team." And I think that's another thing that it's probably a problem as well. Letting LeBron take over too much, and he doesn't do it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, y'all, I don't want to call y'all terrible, but y'all know y'all not playing fair, right?
Why?
Hank, boys, y'all not playing fair. I just want y'all to know.
Like Damo said, maybe AD just ain't this nigga. Like he just ain't that nigga.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Damo is right. I agree with that. But it's like the expectation of a certain point per game for Anthony Davis this window it's like regardless what this dude do in the game on the defensive end, if you do not reach this offensive window of points per game, you're not being consistent.
It's not necessarily about the points per game, though. Like, it's about for me, from what I saw when we were talking about recently, it's that last time in the playoffs last year, Anthony Davis would have games where he would look like the best player on the floor, and then the next game he looks like one of the players on the floor, and then the next game, and then the next game. It's a roller coaster of offensive output. And then overall in his performance throughout the game, he can have a game where he leaves the biggest stamp of the night on the game, and then the next game he doesn't leave the biggest stamp. He leaves like a dot.
But that stretch of games that you're talking about, ZZ, how good was he on defense? Was he good on defense during those stretch of games?
I think he was still solid on the defensive end. My thing is, I don't even expect Anthony Davis for me to acknowledge Anthony Davis as a good defensive player. I don't even need you to get 3 blocks every single night. I know how good you are on.
Wait a minute. I think we froze a little bit.
Okay.
So
another thing too,
until he come back, Hank, what are we identifying Anthony Davis as? A defensive player or offensive player?
I think at this stage in his career, it's defense. More so than offense. Yeah.
Defense first, offense next, but he's obviously better than most players offensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Salute to my dog Daniel. So y'all are telling me that y'all identify him as a defensive player, but y'all want to call him inconsistent because he might go from 30 to 20 or 30 to 15, even though the defense is still always at the same level. Y'all still define that as inconsistent?
Yes, on the offensive end.
Offensive.
It's inconsistent.
But y'all don't have expectations like that, so I don't understand.
No. That's the problem. We do. You want to know why we do? Because every single time that we hear a Laker fan, you or anybody else talking about Anthony Davis in the last 5 years, it's if he's healthy, he's top 5 and all of this. And the problem that we have besides him staying healthy is him being consistent when he's healthy. Case in point, last season in the playoffs when LeBron James had to drop 40 in a closeout game 4 just to have y'all lose in respectable fashion. Anthony Davis cannot provide you with that. Or even if Anthony Davis provides you with even half of that, they might win that game. That's the problem that Laker fans have with this nigga. So if he's top 5 when he's healthy, he might be a top 5 defender when he's healthy, but not top 5 player, because obviously both sides of the floor don't equivalent for this one guy, and it shows it can be detrimental to the Lakers. That's what it is.
Breezy, salute, gang. Happy Sunday to you guys, man. Appreciate all you guys for coming into Lakerland. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy in the building. I see you. Genesis in the building. Shout out to Genesis Highlands popping out. Daniel in the building. Salute to you, Daniel. Man, Devin, the one in the building. Devin says Bron is a stat padder and won't give up the reins. I mean,
I disagree with that one.
Yeah, and who are we going to give the reins up to?
He wants Anthony Davis to take it over.
AD not built for that, yo. He's not built for that at all. One IV in the building. We say, but if it was the other way around, nobody would say anything. If he was offensively consistent and defensively inconsistent, no one would care. Perfect. How though? If y'all are identifying AD as a defensive type of player, how the hell y'all gonna say that?
Okay, so 7. Is Anthony Davis one of the most talented big men in the league? Offensively?
Yes.
Okay. How would you say that Anthony Davis is more talented offensively? I guess you say from a scoring perspective than Rudy Gobert at his position. Rudy Gobert, Cat. Would you say he's more offensively skilled than Cat?
Are we talking 7-footers? First of all, are we talking 7-footers, 6'11", 7? Like
yes,
that's
yes. For someone his size,
he's number 2 or number 3 to me.
In a list that consists of who? Who else?
Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns. However you want to do it.
Okay, So my point of the matter is this: if Anthony Davis is the difference between him and Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid offensively is what to you? What do you think the biggest difference is between those three players, or AD versus those two players?
Leadership number one. Those guys are number ones on their team, respectfully.
Okay.
Anthony Davis, that makeup is just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about skill set, it probably would just be efficiency. I think Nikola Jokic is a more of efficient offensive shooter, but he can't walk the floor with Anthony Davis on the defensive end. That's one thing. Joel Embiid is a pretty solid two-way player, defense and offense. I just think that Anthony Davis has better court vision than Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis is a better playmaker from the post than Joel Embiid to me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as getting other people involved. So I think that's AD's advantage over Joel Embiid.
Okay. So if Anthony Davis was, I think that another biggest thing is their consistency. You know for a fact that with Joel Embiid, like you said, AD is the number 2, but LeBron and the rest of us at Lakerland think that AD should be the number 1. We've been saying that before the season even started. They need to run everything around Anthony Davis. There's no way that when everything was ran around Anthony Davis in New Orleans, and he had Rajon Rondo and DeMarcus Cousins on his team and things of that nature, that it can't be the same thing in LA, but instead of having DeMarcus Cousins as your teammate, you have LeBron James, who can play off of you and still be impactful while you're the number 1 guy at the end of the day. Because if Anthony Davis was more consistent on the offensive end, he would be in MVP talks consistently. Like the same way that Nikola Jokic is in MVP talks every single week, that would be Anthony Davis, not just for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. Jokic is going to be there from week 1 to the final week. Joel Embiid is going to be there from week 1 to the final week. Anthony Davis, when healthy, is supposed to be in these conversations, but because of his offensive inconsistencies, he's not. And then we have to look at him as just a defender who does have an offensive bag. Don't let me try to disrespect that, but it's just not consistent enough as these other 2 guys. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Word. All right, man. We about to get into open court here at Lakerland. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. You guys are welcome to come join me, ZZ and Hank. I got a couple topics around the NBA and Lakers included for our open court session. But before we actually get into that, I do have another topic to discuss with you fellas. ZZ had kind of alluded to it earlier in the show. I wanted to talk about these upcoming road games that the Los Angeles Lakers have. Now, the Lakers have been struggling, as ZZ said, on the road overall this season. They're like 2 games under 500 on the road. As you can see here, 6 out of their next 7 games, or 6 out of their next 8 games, pardon me, are on the road. They have 2 3-game road trips in between home games. We got KD and LeBron Tuesday night. That's in Los Angeles. But skipping past that, we got Dallas, San Antonio twice, come home for New York. Then we're back at Chicago, Minnesota, and OKC. When you look at this schedule, ZZ, are there any games that really concern you for the Lakers on the road? And if so, which ones?
Dallas is going to be a struggle just because Luka's going to get his. Kyrie, if he's playing, will probably get his too. And the Dallas, they got a really good squad. Like I love their squad. I think that they're one of the most underrated, at least starting 5s in the league. Because Derek Lively, that man is a problem. Anyway, outside of that, though, San Antonio, I think realistically the Lakers should take care of both of those games. But I wouldn't be surprised if San Antonio got one like off of some just wild something. Don't know. New York, it could go either way. Chicago, I lean more towards the Lakers, but Chicago has a knack for beating teams that are really good like every once in a while. So the Lakers are really good, but they're good enough to beat Chicago on any given night. So we'll see. Minnesota, that's going to be a good one. I kind of lean it towards Minnesota a little bit more than the Lakers, and then OKC. I'm obviously going to go OKC because Lakers ain't got nobody to stop SGA. And that's been the consistent problem for them. It's just SGA at the end of the day. So
out of these 6 road games, ZZ, you have them going 3-3,
yep.
beating San Antonio twice, beating Chicago, but losing to Dallas, Minnesota, and OKC.
Yeah, and they might go 4-3 with the win over the Knicks. The Knicks are good.
I'm just talking strictly road games.
Oh, road games. Yeah. Then you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going 3-3, 500. What about you, Hank? How are you calling this road trip that they have? I know they got a game in between, but how are you faring the Lakers on the road versus these squads?
Well, the San Antonio ones, they should take both of those, and I feel they should take the Chicago one as well. So those should be 3 automatic wins. The ones I'm probably worried about more is the Minnesota and OKC games. I believe they can beat Dallas. They got to obviously you can't count out Luka, but I believe they can get that one. But the other two those last 2 are the ones I'm worried about the most are the Minnesota and OKC games. And I think they might drop those 2, but if they take care of business with Dallas in them other games, they'll be 4-2 on the road trip. Mm-hmm. So that's not a bad trip.
All right, so Hank, bro, you have the Lakers going 4-6. 4-2 through this road stint. You have them starting off with 4 games in a row, winning, and then losing the final 2, right?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm still not sold on Darvin Ham when we talk about lineups, adjustments, X's and O's. You know, on the road, the Lakers have been playing poor. ZZ mentioned that. ZZ got them 3-3. You got them 4-2. I think they're going to lose one of those 2 to San Antonio. I don't think they're going to beat Dallas. They should beat Chicago at home.
Oh, yeah.
But Minnesota and OKC does kind of scare me. But I do like the way the Lakers matched up versus OKC initially when they played the first time. I know they kind of let things get out of hand, but I'll give the Lakers a chance to knock off the Thunder. But Dallas is a loss. I'll see a loss versus the Spurs. And I think Minnesota will get them. So I'll go out on a limb. I'll go 3-3 with ZZ as well, but just for different reasons. Is a 500 record satisfactory to y'all for the Lakers? Seeing how bad they done played on the road so far?
Oh, yeah. They need to go 3-3. They can't try to go to 0-6 on that road trip. So you at least you stay even.
Yeah. That's a start to kind of finding who they are on the road. You know?
Yeah, man.
And then we're going to get the Grand Theft Auto player back, right?
Who that? Gabe Vincent?
Yeah, Gabe Vincent.
No, I think that was Alvarado. The dude that played for the Pelicans. Jose Alvarado.
Let me ask you about this guy. Because if you look on social media, Gabe Vincent has been trending all day on Twitter, right? I don't know if y'all seen that. And the big conversation is, what should Darvin Ham do with Gabe Vincent when he comes back? Should Max Christie be the one getting the minutes and the bump over Gabe Vincent? Or, is Darvin Ham going to be able to figure this thing out when it comes to Gabe? Do you feel like Gabe brings anything to this team, ZZ? Even though we haven't really seen much of him?
I think he brings something offensively, but nothing really that moves the team defensively. And the problem is that Max Christie, you've seen it since the start of the season. Laker fans are starting to warm up to him a little bit more and more. He's getting a little bit more run. And it's and you see in stretches why he's on the floor or what purpose he serves, what his role might be, especially alongside Bron and AD when they're out there. And you can see why he's out there. If Gabe Vincent's injury keeps him out for too much longer, he's gonna have to be the guy working his spot to take his spot back from Max, basically. And he better just fire on all cylinders when he get back. He needed at least 10 points in his return. Pretty much.
Word. Cold bit. Salute to y'all fellas, man. Happy Sunday. What's your thoughts about Gabe Vincent, man? How should Darvingham handle Gabe Vincent when he eventually come back?
I feel like Gabe gonna bring that intensity on defense, but if he's not efficient, then just play Max. Okay. If he's not efficient, we don't need him. Max Christie gonna always be able to shoot the ball. He gonna always be able to stay on somebody's hip. So if Gabe ain't proven he could do that, ain't no reason for him to play over Max. Okay.
Shit, I say keep his ass right on the bench and give him minutes right to Max.
You like Max right now? You like the way Max playing?
He's bigger. We need more. Yeah, you seen that step back three he hit? I don't know how he hit that bit, but it went in.
Confidence.
we need some more defense out there. He like 6'5", 6'6"?
He's 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Boy,
defense
dog.
out there. He provides defense, picking it up. So yeah,
Time is
just
no
give
pressure.
him the minutes. I don't know. If
I'm
Gabe
looking
Vincent
at-
come back hitting
I'm
them
on
threes,
Twitter.
then let him play.
Well, look, I'm on Twitter, and they say in 4 games, Gabe Vincent averaged 28 minutes, but he shot under 1% from the 3-point line.
So
Is that real?
That's what I'm
Criminal.
saying.
Criminal.
Garbage.
It was real.
Garbage.
Wow.
Criminal.
You know what's even crazier?
That is
D'Lo
insane,
shooting
bro.
like 40, but I swear it don't feel like that.
Bruh,
Oh,
not
D-Lo?
too much on D-Lo. Not too much on D-Lo. Y'all got to chill.
Yo, D'Lo been playing well, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That defensive pressure last night was great. He did
But
too.
no, Hank, we got to pin him on this, right? Because remember, right before when we had that last live stream, I said we don't need a third star. We just need to wait till our depth get healthy.
Yeah, you
We
did say
brought
that.
Vando and Rui back, and we played really good. But now he want to be like, oh, D'Lo's playing good. Da, 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 da. And he sat up there and said, our depth ain't shit. That's what he said.
We talking about 7?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
When we was on that last live stream, he said, our depth ain't shit. Let's go get Zach. Let's go
It's
get DeMar.
not, bro. It's not. Because how
Okay.
many times have we had trades and Hank telling me, man, I'm not getting rid of everybody for no damn Zach LaVine because I like the depth. And I agree with him to a fault. But then when I start looking at the production off the bench, I'm like, what depth?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
What are you talking
Mr.
about?
Beam King says, y'all need
This
to
is-
throw this
this is a
Lakerland
post- this is
in
a
the
post-
lake and have Big Ox host the Beam Team show. Okay,
That's
shout out
nasty.
to Mr.
That
Beam
don't
King.
even
I don't
sound right.
understand why y'all have so much hate in y'all blood for Lakers and Lakerland. Shout out to my brother Big Ox. Big Ox can get his own show. We can campaign and fight for the Sacramento Kings to get a show. But why hate on Lakerland, Mr. Beam King? What's the problem? I really got to talk to the bosses, bro. I really
They
got to
also
talk to the
in it.
bosses about Mr. Beam King.
They also in the trade
Sacramento?
rumor for Zach LaVine too. As well.
The Kings can have Zach LaVine.
Why
They
would they
can
do
have
that?
Zach.
I don't know.
They have a great team. Why would they do that?
No, salute to you, Mr. Beam King. I'm just trolling you as well, bro. It's all good, G. Love is love. But let's move on, fellas, because y'all pissing me off, and I didn't plan on getting pissed off. Can we go here first? Can we talk about Kendrick Perkins' best big threes of all time? Big Perk says he got the San Antonio trio being the best big three of all time, followed behind Larry Bird's squad in the Boston Celtics, then the Bulls led by Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. He got the Showtime Lakers number
What the hell?
4, Magic, Worthy, and Kareem, and the Golden State Warriors as the 5th best big three of all time with Klay, Steph, and Draymond. Bit. What is going on with Kendrick Perkins, bro?
Yes, Sirski.
Let me
What
put
is
this
he-
back
what
up
is
real
he
quick.
on? What is he on?
He the first basketball player with CTE. No cap.
He on that Celtic pack.
Yo, this man tweaking. Put the graphic back up, 7.
Let me put the graphic back up for this one.
Man, what in the hell? Kendrick be on some shit patch, man.
Does
Golden
anybody
State is
think that he got this right?
No.
Hell no.
No. No, bro. What is he
Hell
cooking?
no.
What is it? If anything, like
That boy
maybe
cooking
like
some,
Cole, what you switching, Cole?
I don't
Rearrange
even
it then.
see. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know like Scotty had like the back thing in the second three-peat, but let's be for real. Like one team is like way more productive than the other. The Celtics, why? I'm gonna sound like a hater when I say this. Why are the Celtics above the Showtime Lakers?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How
And
the
then
fuck are they above the Golden State Warriors? What the
I
hell?
was gonna say that too, like, but I think they're gonna dock them for like the KD thing, but they won after KD and before KD, so it's like,
Yeah.
No. Hold on.
Put Boston at number 5.
Wait a minute.
Get
Time
him
out.
out of here.
Time out.
Seven, don't set me off. Don't set
Here
me
we
off.
go.
My fault.
Here we go.
Bit.
I'm chilling right now.
Did you just sit here and try to compare the Golden State Warriors to the Boston Celtics? Like they should have been above Larry Bird and them?
One of these teams won 73 games. I don't know.
Yes.
Y'all are
Yes.
bugging out.
Yes.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I wasn't even gonna mention that. All I was gonna say was
Chicago at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go ahead, Ben.
Chicago at 1. Golden State at 2. Spurs at 3. Lakers at 4. Whoever they is at 5. Whoever they is. Man, get them Celtics
Let
out,
him cook.
man.
Bro,
Look,
this is
look.
no way.
Let him
What we
Here's
doing,
what I
Hank,
say.
with Kendrick Perkins, Hank? Hank, talk some
Huh?
sense, Tank. Please.
All right,
this.
y'all probably gonna hate me on mine though.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
What
Here
you
we
got,
go.
bro?
I'm probably putting Showtime Lakers further up on the list. Them, the Warriors, the Spurs. The Spurs, I'm putting I'll probably put I'm trying to debate in my head right now. I'll probably put the
Who
the
number
Bulls
1?
at number 4 in the Celtics at 5.
See, I don't hate your list. I don't hate your list.
Can I go?
I don't hate his list. It makes sense.
Bro, no.
I'm about to let
fucking
ZZ go.
way,
ZZ, do
Hank.
me a favor. ZZ, see if you
No
can
way.
get me Shaq's email address. See if you can get me who else I need to speak to. I gotta talk to the bosses
Dave.
right now. I need Dave's email address. I need to email these guys right now and apologize to them for allowing y'all to come on this show this afternoon and be so rude and disrespectful, putting the Golden State Warriors above Larry Bird. Hank come right back and make the same mistake.
You got
Don't let
to.
him discuss
it,
You
bro.
got to. You got Kevin
Bro.
McHale
Everything
and Robert
is dead on this
Parrish.
show moving forward, bro.
No,
Seven
look,
just hurt the
Kevin
Warriors,
McHale
man.
and
I
Robert
understand.
Parrish.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this.
Robert Parrish, 7.
I will advocate for Kevin McHale because most people don't know that he really got down like that in terms
he's a
of
bucket.
big man back in the day.
They're really backpacking the fuck out of Parrish. They're backpacking the fuck
Literally,
out of Parrish on this list.
In a way, yeah. And even though Robert Parrish was low key like more so their Iron Man, I just think that Draymond, for example, is a
Robert
better
Parrish or
defender,
Draymond.
better playmaker. Draymond had an imprint on the defensive side and an imprint on the offensive side in terms of making the right plays, the playmaking, all that. Draymond is the most underrated on the entire list of like big threes naturally because people are like, oh, you know, Draymond ain't gonna give you none offensively, but in all actuality, his imprint is on the offense, especially in that dynasty. However, I will say this: how are you upset?
What is he cooking? I'm sorry.
Isaiah Dumars and
they're not even better than the
I got love for
Heatles.
them
They're not
now.
even
Come
better
on.
than the Heatles.
yeah. I'm sorry, they're not even better than the Heatles.
I'm not gonna lie. I like this live chat right here. I like this live chat because they are giving this live chat is giving me options. I got Tyrone is I see them talking about the Celtics. Tyrone brought up the Celtics big three. I don't see the newer Celtics big three. I don't see them on there.
You talking about KG and them?
KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen.
They
Man,
won
come
one
on,
ring.
Right, they won
They
one
won
ring.
one ring.
Brandon,
get the hell on.
Yeah, no,
Hold
sorry,
on, wait a
Larry.
minute.
And,
Stop.
I'm
And
gonna bring
Mikal
Kendrick's
and-
joint back up. But what about I'm just looking at the options. What about Miami's big three? I don't see the Heat up
No.
there.
You got two.
Miami Heat
That's
big
true.
three is not better than the Warriors, especially in terms of winning. Sorry.
Not
If
top
they won
five.
4 in a row, they'd be up
They're
there.
not top
Yeah,
five.
if they won 3 out of the 4, shit, I'd have them in the list. But
Yeah.
2 out of the
20
4,
The bad
20
boy Pistons is not up there.
no.
And they shouldn't be.
I'm gonna put them up there
They
because I'm
shouldn't be.
favoritism.
Bad boy Pistons might be top 10. For
The
sure.
We're
Bulls,
not-
the Bulls got to be one. It's no.
That's
way
what I'm saying. I would have
Chicago
put the
not
Bulls.
one.
I would have put the
What-
Bulls
it-
1. I would have
Yeah.
put the Bulls 1 personally, even though I do.
You got to put the Lakers. If you, I don't know, man. It's
The
either the
reason-
Lakers or the Warriors at 2.
Yeah,
Then,
it's hard. I
then
think
the
that
Spurs got to be
Look.
right after. There's no way the Celtics over the
Tim-
Spurs
But look,
or
no,
the
the reason
Lakers or the
Timmy got
Warriors.
5 of them with him. He got 5. That's why he high up on that list. Timmy got 5. The Golden State Warriors got 4. The Bulls, that's an incomplete dynasty because that Grafton
Exactly.
switched to Horace Grant instead of Scottie
Mhm.
Pippen. So I
Mhm.
put them lower on the list.
Mhm.
Of course, Robert Parrish and Mikal, they were dope. Who was up there? Yeah, the Spurs, the
Whoa,
Lakers.
whoa, whoa. You said,
Five-
Hank, what
five
you say
rings.
about
They
you
got
moved
5
the
rings.
Bulls down the list because of what?
The rings.
Yeah,
No.
When you
You
look
said
at-
you moved the Bulls down the list because of Horace Grant. Because their
Right,
wings was
so
so
that's-
split.
They got
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
repeated
Horace
though.
Grant. Yeah, Horace Grant. And
Horace Grant would have been
Wait a
much
minute.
better.
yeah,
They three-peated though.
What?
Horace
What?
Grant got the
Whoa,
first
whoa.
repeat.
I-
Where's the love for Horace
Bro,
Grant? If you're
Scotty-
gonna
Scotty-
value that, then where is the big 3
they
of Horace
still
Grant, Scotty,
three-peated,
and Michael
man.
Jordan on this list? Because they both
That's
did
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. And
It's a
Scotty
different
was like in the
campaign.
twilight years. He had back injuries and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, come
and
on.
Dennis Rodman wasn't giving you much offensively. He was giving you boards, yeah, for sure. He had some defensive.
That was
plays.
only 98.
97
Was-
and
That was only
96.
98 though.
Was Horace Grant a part of the 72 in what was that, 72 and 10?
72 and 10.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Was Horace Grant a part of that, or was
No.
Dennis Rodman a part of that history?
Okay.
Right.
7. Did Horace Grant also did he win 3 championships straight as the third option in the big 3? Did he also do that? Yes.
And then he went to 2 more finals. Wait.
Yeah,
And
he
then
went to
knocks
one
them
more
out of the
final.
Horace
postseason. He knocks
Grant
them out
was
of
the
postseason
third
with his new
option
team.
for the Bulls.
Yes.
Yes.
What are we doing? What do you think,
look
John?
at that list
I don't know
again.
what we're
7.
doing.
Look at the longevity those guys got. Spurs got 5 out of that.
Yeah.
Golden State probably might get 1 more.
But they three-peated.
The problem I have with this list, first of all, is how
They got
disrespectful
fucking
y'all
Michael
was to
Jordan.
Boston, and y'all got Golden State on this list. I don't understand how y'all
Seven.
have Golden
Please
State
tell
over
me.
Golden
Miami.
State has
Who
to
else-
be up here.
Who else is
They
going to
have
be on the list other than the
Miami's easy.
Let me tell you, no,
Miami.
no, 7, no, absolutely not. That is, you should not have said that. Why?
They got the 2 most
Let me tell
embarrassing
you.
final losses.
Yes, LeBron James in their
For
first
real.
appearance. In their first appearance, it was the
LeBron was out there by
superstar
himself in the second one.
performance in the NBA Finals. And then for the last one, LeBron was the only one that was able to show up for them in that
Literally.
final series. So
Literally.
unfortunately, 7, if you want to say that LeBron and D-Wade with his weak-ass knees and Chris Bosh with his – if you want to say that that deserves to be a top 5 trio of all time, respectfully, give me some of that gas you smoking. I love you, but give me some of that gas, please. It's crazy. Look, Steph
It's
Curry,
me and
Klay
you
Thompson,
now.
and Draymond Green. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green are one of the winningest trios in NBA history, top 3 in wins, especially playoff wins. So, unfortunately, by default, they're pretty much going to be on anybody's top 5 trios list. LeBron James, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh, that is wild. That is crazy. What did that trio do that this trio didn't?
You should be drug tested.
I
You
shouldn't.
really should
I'm
be drug
sober as
tested.
hell right now.
Because I love how you want to equate the Miami Heat experiments to 2 seasons, 2011 and 2014. You don't want to
Mhm.
mention nothing in between where all the magic happened. But when it came to the Golden State Warriors, you want to talk to me about a sample size of 2015 to damn near now. How bogus is that?
Yeah. 8 years compared to 4.
After 2011, that year that you harping on about how the Miami Heat came up short, what the hell did LeBron do the following year? And then the following year after that?
Right, Seven. LeBron James in the following year and the following year won back-to-back MVPs. Started to slowly become, and as he
Regular
did that, Seven,
season and finals
tell me
MVP.
what you
Get
saw.
it right.
'Cause once again, Lakerland, here we go. Notice how we're talking about trios, but now Seven has somehow broken it down into, oh, what did LeBron James do? So great. What did LeBron do? Absolutely incredible thing. What did D-Wade and Chris Bosh do during that time? Oh, slowly start to deteriorate, right? And then we get to 2014, where LeBron James is the only one that starts to show up for the Miami Heat because D-Wade's knees ain't working the right way. And then he gets cramps. So already know that's a done deal. And then the San Antonio Spurs, who are also on this list, walk away with their 5th championship for their franchise. So, in short, the Miami Heat experience that was supposed to give us not 1, not 2, not 5, not 6,
My bad, I didn't mean to cut
7, not 8, that experience gave us 2. And you want to sit here and tell me, oh, yeah, they deserve to be on the top 5 trios list. You're going to be absolutely twisted. I am absolutely flabbergasted right now. Meanwhile, the other trio that you're trying so desperately to undermine has won more games together than the trio that you're talking to me about right now. That's crazy. And more chips. Wild. But yeah, LeBron went off for a couple of finals. That was cute. The fuck.
What I have, Lakerland, because a lot of y'all in the live chat, y'all unfortunately are unable to see what I'm looking at. I have these guys up on this panel in the private chat talking ridiculous to me about the Boston Celtics and their big 3. I have Cole trying to convince me that the Celtics didn't do anything to change the game like other teams did. I got Hank telling me Boston was a great team, but other bigs won more. Really?
Boston was a great team.
Boston changed the game.
With him for real.
You wouldn't have LeBron in Miami if it wasn't for Boston. Can we agree with that?
That's 2000. Oh my God.
No, not that Boston. Another Boston.
7. No,
whole
we're not
team.
doing this 7. No.
How?
No.
LeBron James.
That was an organic team.
LeBron James left
drafted
Cleveland in 2009, right? 2009, 2010.
They were
right?
drafted though. 7. They got drafted there.
Who?
Larry Bird, Kevin McHale. They only traded
I'm
for Robert
talking
Parrish
about
and Dennis
KG,
Johnson.
Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce.
They won one
yeah,
championship. Why are we talking about them?
Yeah, they won 1 championship.
Because
They are
changed
trash.
the game. You set up there and said they didn't change
one
nothing.
hit wonder. They're like the 2004 Pistons. Stop.
Bro, you're
Yes, bro. What are we
They are
doing?
trash.
What are we doing right now?
You
Get
called the
them
Boston
outta
Celtics
here.
one-hit wonders?
They are.
Yes.
They
What
are.
other hit did they have besides 2008?
2 years. 2 hit wonders. 2 hit.
Yeah,
They would have got there if
2010.
KG ain't get hurt.
But he did.
But it
But
did.
he
So
did.
that's how sports work. It happened. It happened.
That's what happens. You can't be a best big 3 of all time if we start talking about you one year. We're saying
With 1 ring.
with 1 ring, and then we start saying, oh, well, then they kept getting hurt, or one of them kept getting hurt. Unfortunately, you're not a good big 3 enough to be a top 5 one all time. If injuries hurt, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the 2021 Milwaukee Bucks. Like, stop.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Stop.
You want to compare the Milwaukee Bucks of 2021 to the Boston Celtics?
At least they had the best player in the
2008?
league. At least they had the best player in the league. How about
True.
Who?
How about that?
that?
Giannis.
Who?
It's Giannis.
What?
2021 Giannis.
What are we talking
I
about?
ain't getting into this. I'm not getting into that silly conversation about Giannis being the best player in the world. When?
In 2021.
Yeah.
Was LeBron playing?
Did LeBron ever have
LeBron playing?
Wait,
Didn't
no.
LeBron get bounced out the first round that year?
Yeah, we got wiped
Is
up by
basketball not a team sport?
when
You
AD
just
got
set up that
Oh,
preach to the
oh.
choir how basketball is a team sport, ZZ.
It is a team sport. You're right. And Giannis was
So
the best
why
player
you
in
getting on LeBron
2021.
about
Stop
the
trying to
Lakers
act
in
like
the
he wasn't.
playoffs?
What was LeBron James doing in 2021 that was better than Giannis Antetokounmpo? Especially
nothing.
for an entire postseason run.
Everything.
He got bounced out in the
Shooting
first round.
basketball.
Looking at his ring, looking at the
Shooting
ring he just won.
No,
Looking
not
at the
shooting.
ring.
Not shooting. No,
Not
he wasn't.
shooting.
No, he wasn't. Giannis was making mid ranges, which was crazy. That's why they won.
Yeah, Giannis was
Giannis
shooting.
said 50 in the closeout game.
Yeah.
Giannis That's
Giannis
either
was
that's
that guy.
Was he MVP that year?
He was
It was
no, Jokic
1920,
was.
right?
Yeah, 1920 was his back to
Jokic was
back.
the MVP. When Giannis
Yeah.
was winning the MVP in the regular season, Hank, he was stinking it up in the playoffs. Just like when Nikola Jokic was winning the regular season MVP, he stinks it
wasn't.
up in the playoffs.
He was thinking it up.
He was
30
not
points.
stinking
No,
it
he
up.
was not
No.
thinking it up.
Yes.
He was
His
not
team was
thinking
hurt.
it up.
His team was
Jokic
hurt.
was
Where
going
did
crazy.
let me ask y'all a
Yeah.
question? Because
Bro,
we measure
I'm not
these
about to do
guys
this
on
again.
championships. That's what y'all do. Any other conversation? So where
But-
was Nikola
but we
Jokic in those
can't
2
lie.
seasons that he won his MVPs? How far
He
did
was
he
like
go?
second.
Jokic didn't have Murray or MPJ, and he was still cooking.
Yeah.
He was he
The second-
literally
the
sent
second-
Dame
the
home.
second
Dame
go
was
round.
out there making
I
niggas
wholeheartedly
pray on the
believe.
court.
my
Dame was
bad.
making people pray on the court, and Jokic still sent him home. That happened without MPJ and Murray. That happened. He had Frank Campazzo out there getting 5 assists a game. This is crazy. Like,
All right, let's let the boss of the show. Since the boss of the show, Back in D, feel like this is a bad topic. Back in D, since you are the creator of the show, since you run things here at LakerLand, you tell us what should we be talking about. We got about 15 minutes left here on the show. So Back in D, since you're the CEO, you tell us what should be a better topic, man. I'm all
And go ahead and run
ears
me my check
because-
too, since you run shit around. Run me the check, nigga. Stop playing with me. Anyway,
Man,
Paul
y'all
Pierce
y'all
will
are
smoke
tripping.
Larry Bird. Do you watch basketball?
Y'all are
wait,
tripping.
what happened? What happened?
Look at the chat, bro.
What
Who
happened?
said-
Wait a minute. Where we at?
Paul Pierce would smoke Larry Bird. Come
Salute to
on.
my brother Irvin, man. Irvin says Paul Pierce will smoke Larry Bird.
Don't
Y'all
discount
disagree?
Larry, man.
Ooh.
Larry's a hooper. I don't know what you're
Larry
talking
can
about.
hoop.
come
Don't
on.
play with Larry. That's the problem. That's most
Larry
niggas'
Bird
problems
will
back in
bust
the day. They
Paul
was playing with
Pierce's
Larry.
ass.
That's the thing that made Larry so cold. He probably walked into multiple gyms knowing that everybody thought he was the worst player, and he's like, "All right, let me bust these niggas down real quick." And then he just go stupid.
And he almost 7 feet, just like
Yeah.
KD.
Yeah.
Wow. Last topic of this afternoon for you fellas. It's been really the elephant in the room. I do want to get your guys' thoughts about everything that's been happening with it this week. The whole Josh Giddey story. I don't know if we all have really talked about this since everything kind of hit the pipeline. But I'll go through everybody. Just what's your thoughts about what's going on with Josh Giddey as far as him still playing, as far as the family not cooperating with law enforcement? How do y'all just feel like this whole thing is playing out? Let me start with you, Bit, because I don't think I heard from you at all about this matter.
That John, it's just crazy. I seen something. It was like the age in Australia or something is different, but you in the U.S. now, buddy. You can't be doing none of that, twin. So he need to go either. I don't know. They need to get a decision quick. Sit him down for a week and let him think about what he did. I don't know, man. And hide your kids.
You got a problem with the
I'm
NBA
watching
letting
this.
them play now?
I mean, yeah, because we seen it. It's evidence. It ain't like you ain't do it, boy. We seen you. You on Twitter in 4K, boy. You on X. You up there. And they not gonna cooperate because they did it. Sit him down for a little bit. Let him think about what he did. Go ahead and pay them fines and keep it pushing. But you can't be doing that. This ain't Australia, buddy. We in the US.
Nasty work, bro. What about you, Cole? I know we kind of talked on my platform about it, but just what's your overall thoughts at this point?
Man, look, I feel like regardless of what comes out, we know Josh Giddey's a weirdo, right? Regardless if they try to say she lied about her age, whatever. It's still weird. Dave, I think a couple of players have came out and said like, OKC's known about this for like a minute, and that's why they're approaching it this way. I feel like the whole situation as a whole is weird. I feel like if anybody else had these sort of allegations, they wouldn't even be in the arena, let alone get actual playing time and collect the game check.
Cook.
And because literally Kyrie posted a link and he was packed up like expeditiously.
Packed
But, you know,
up.
we're not gonna talk about that. And I feel like he definitely shouldn't be put in more environments to where he could be around more 14, 15, 16-year-olds. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. But they still let people like
But is
Karl
that
Malone
kind of
judge
like
dunk
John
contests and things. So
is
Word,
that
word.
like John the Grizzlies knowing about him bringing the pole on the plane? So is they gonna take their draft picks?
They knew
you
about
know they
that.
not.
That
They
happened.
had to.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we said.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Bro, yo bugging. Cole Bit, I appreciate y'all joining us this afternoon on the show, man. We about to wrap it up for our last topic, man. Definitely salute to you guys. I hope y'all have a good week, man.
You do the
Alrighty, bro. Salute to my brothers Bit and Cole for coming through here at Lakerland, man. We about to get into our last topic of the afternoon. If you guys are Golden State Warrior fans or Golden State Warrior haters, make sure y'all stay locked in here at Players Choice. We got the Gold-Blooded show coming up next with Haley, KB, and Gifted. Shout out to them. I know they're going to be struggling to try to find some positivity in their disgusting team. So before we get up out of here, the floor is pretty much ZZ because, I'm seeing across social media continuous talks about the Warriors baby sacrificing Klay Thompson. Like he's seen to be more of a liability at this point than an asset. And I'm seeing a lot of visuals of Klay Thompson in a Lakers uniform. I don't know why. What's up with your boy ZZ Klay? How you think this thing is going to end out just this year alone with Klay Thompson?
Klay's gonna be fine. Klay is not going anywhere.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm
You sure?
positive. Absolutely positive. Klay Thompson, for the most part, in the last few games, has picked up his pace from his initial start, which I anticipated. Klay Thompson has been giving it to you, not just on the offensive end, but if you actually watch the tape, he is not a liability on defense. As a matter of fact, he was entrusted to guard the likes of Kawhi Leonard yesterday, and he did a pretty solid job. Now, as
Didn't
far
y'all
as
lose?
Thompson's,
Didn't y'all lose? Y'all
by a
lost,
point
right?
to Paul George. Yes, we did. We did
So
lose by a point.
you
We
can't
also
tell me
beat
about
them in the
you can't
prior
tell
game.
me. Explain to me, ZZ, how you could do a good job on defense and you lose.
So let me get this straight, Seven. LeBron James, a man who has lost how many NBA finals? Six, right?
Six.
So in all of those finals losses, there was never a moment where you could have legitimately said, me saying that LeBron James played good defense would be a problem because he lost, right? It'd be a problem. It doesn't matter because he lost. So his defense sucked in each and every single one of those losses because he lost. That's what you're saying?
What I'm saying to you, well, give me an example. Give me a game where LeBron in all these finals that you're talking about, since you want to be so disrespectful. Once again,
Seven. That's
give me a game. Give me a specific game where LeBron James had a poor defensive game. Because you'll never see me hang my hat on somebody having a good defensive game if they don't win.
Really?
Absolutely not.
So when he was not only being guarded by J.J. Barea and Jason Terry and Jason Kidd, who were cooking him on the defensive end as well, they were still getting their own whenever they wanted to, alongside Dirk Nowitzki occasionally when he would match up with LeBron in that series. But I guess, like you said, we're not going to talk about it because LeBron played great defense. He played an incredible game that entire series, according to Seven, and it was everyone else's fault that they lost, even though this nigga didn't average 20. But anyway, the point of the matter is back to Klay Thompson. Okay? Klay Thompson and the Warriors just celebrated 11/30/23. So they just dedicated a day to their big three. I think he's going to be fine. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, they're really looking at this like, yeah, we're going to acknowledge what this dynasty is and this big three and what they are and all of that. Like I told you before, though, the problem all season has been Andrew Wiggins. That's been the biggest problem. Klay Thompson has played better for more stretches of this season than Andrew Wiggins has. And if you don't believe me, like Seven doesn't, because I know he hasn't looked at the numbers, I want you to read Andrew Wiggins' numbers to me this season and then read Klay Thompson's and tell me who's having a better season. Since you're laughing and clapping right now, please do that right now. I want to see it live.
It was just minutes ago, my brother, that you was praising Andrew Wiggins, but the real ZZ has come out before the show. Praise God.
Oh my God.
I told you.
Praising. I was praising Andrew Wiggins because he had two good games before he got hurt, and now he's hurt. So now the struggles are going to come back most likely when he gets back from his pinky injury or whatever. Dude, at the end of the day, I also gave praise to Klay Thompson. You seem to have this agenda against Klay. Don't know why, but it's okay. Andrew Wiggins.
I feel like
Andrew
him and Dwayne
Wiggins.
Wade were the most overrated NBA players of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, clip it right there. What you just say, Seven? What I just
I
hear?
believe Klay Thompson and Dwayne Wade are two of the more overrated players in NBA history. Absolutely.
So, my brother in Christ, you just told me and Bit and Cold and Hank that the big three Heatles deserve a spot in the top 5 trios list over the Warriors. How the hell is that possible if Dwayne Wade is one of the most overrated players in your opinion? How is that possible?
Because what you're not doing is identifying what makes Dwayne Wade overrated to me. Dwayne Wade is not overrated to me as far as his skill set, as far as his numbers, as far as what he does on the court as the Flash. That's not overrated at all. I have absolutely no problem with Dwayne Wade and his basketball play consistently, clutch. None of that is overrated. What makes Dwayne Wade one of the most polarizing, overrated personalities, in my opinion, is the fact that it is Wade, that he is the reason LeBron James is a champion. They have put him in a position to say that he is the reason LeBron knows how to win.
He is.
Like this Miami Heat culture was a culture without LeBron and Shaq. Because when Shaq left, and then until LeBron came, Dwayne Wade was doing nothing but first round playoff exits, getting hurt, or just not making the playoffs at all. So all this Miami Heat culture that people want to talk about, if it doesn't really include LeBron and Shaq, I really don't want to hear it. So that's where I feel like D-Wade is so overrated, because everybody and their mother want to give him so much credit for the success that LeBron had.
He deserves it. He deserves it. They both got drafted at the same time. D-Wade won in his 3rd year, and then once LeBron got there and shit the fucking bed, D-Wade was like, hey, bro, look. Sorry, player's choice. Sorry, please don't suspend me. Shit, crap the bed. When he did that and he played terribly, D-Wade had to have a conversation with good old Bron and say, hey, look, man, don't be passive. Don't be hesitant. You are the best player in the league. So the fact that somebody else had to tell LeBron James how to be the best basketball player in the league is crazy, because it also happened with Kobe.
Bogus. You really think you think that let's say that conversation actually happened. You think that conversation that Dwayne Wade had with LeBron, if those words were said, you think that's what turned the corner for LeBron? You don't think LeBron has been hearing that all his life?
Why has he been hearing that all his life?
Because he's the GOAT.
No,
what had to happen is what happened after they lost to the Mavericks. Because again, though nobody want to admit that first year with Miami, that was still Dwayne Wade's team, LeBron James was deferring to Dwayne Wade in that first year in Miami.
So that was still each other, Seven. They needed each other.
They needed each other.
They needed each other.
Everybody needs somebody in a team sport. You gonna tell me that LeBron would not have been a champion without Dwayne Wade? When did Dwayne Wade ever carry LeBron to one of those titles?
LeBron admitted that in his statement.
I don't care what LeBron admitted. Y'all just call LeBron. You called LeBron a liar earlier when he said he had nothing to do with this whole Maverick Carter thing.
And you said it. And you said he wasn't a liar. Seven. So let's figure out your precious king for a second. Look, at the end of the day, when LeBron James' 30 for 30 come out after he retire, I guarantee you there will be a moment in that documentary where he looks at that camera and says, yeah, after the 2011 series, there really wasn't no one really there for me like my boy D-Wade when he came up to me and said, hey, man, look, you got to be the man. You got to be the man. And then after that, we won 2 straight championships. We didn't 7 or 6, but D-Wade having that conversation with me really let me understand, like, oh, I'm LeBron James. That's gonna happen, Seven. It's gonna happen.
We are going to commence this conversation. We got to go this Tuesday. Do not forget, join us back here at LAKERLAND, 7:00 p.m. Eastern. We are definitely going to turn up in 2 days, man. Y'all stay safe. Thank you guys for joining us here at LAKERLAND. Shout out to my brothers ZZ and Hank as always. Make sure y'all follow us on social media, and y'all stay tuned because the Gold Blooded Show is up next here on the only choice that matters, Players Choice. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is LAKERLAND, y'all. Have a good weekend, and we are signing off. Peace.